after 2 years of waiting, Ish finally dropped a new Civilization video. And banger would be an understatement to how mind-blowing this whole video is. It came with some of the craziest character arcs that are unscripted, funny moments, and Ish's masterful storytelling. I initially wanted to watch the whole thing in a span of a few days, but I couldn't. It was so spectacular that I finished it in one go and left me speechless. I'm glad Ish and his team took a lot of time to make this masterpiece because it was the craziest video I've ever seen on YouTube my whole life. I guess I'll just rewatch this video like 10 more times till the next one gets released, just like last time. Ish's 1000 player Civilization is peak cinema, and today I'm ranking my top 20 players from that masterpiece. These rankings are based on impact, character art, vibes, and pure entertainment value. By the way, this contains heavy spoilers, so if you haven't seen Ish's new video, please go watch it first, cause it is so worth it. And if you have seen it, let's get straight into it. Number 20, Sitzkrieg, Commonwealth's last breath. Man, I gotta give it to Sitzkrieg, leader of Commonwealth. He was out here trying to run a country that was already falling apart. He gives refuge to Knight Arcturus, tries to reboot the population, but in the end, nothing works. So he says, screw it, kills West Helm's second in command, dissolves the nation, and moves everyone into Infernus's volcano lair. Because if you're going down, might as well go down in lava. During the final battle, Sitzkrieg dies alongside Seneca. I wouldn't call him a hero or a villain, but he was definitely there till the bitter end, and there's something admirable about that. Number 19, Knight Arcturus, the rebel architect. Knight Arcturus was the head builder of West Helm until he wasn't. He builds a coliseum thinking it's for the people, and Sprout's like, cool, now I've got myself a courtroom. You see, Sprout was saying some pretty wild stuff, so Arcturus secretly plotted to take down the Emperor. Eventually, the plot to assassinate gets exposed, and now Arcturus flees to the Commonwealth thinking he's safe. But Sprout sends a hit squad, and Arcturus slips through yet again. Fast forward to the end of the events. After all the wars, lava, betrayal, everything, this man is still somewhere in the jungle alive. Number 18, Benji Button, the pacifist who broke peace. Benji Button leads Elysium, a tiny peaceful land where the water doesn't boil your legs off. He actually finds the one safe place to swim on Island 1. That alone deserves a medal. For a moment, it feels like maybe an idealist utopia can exist in this chaotic island. But then, everything falls apart. He sides with Infernus on killing Lingolini, and after that he's never quite the same. He dies with guilt, and honestly I kinda felt that too. Number 17, Wood Daddy, the unpaid legend. Wood Daddy works at Cass Bakery. He's chopping trees at dangerous heights, risking his life for minimum wage. Actually, no wage.
Paid? People are getting paid?
Eventually, he falls and dies demanding better work conditions. Tragic.
We are gathered here today in the cherished memory of Wood Daddy, a beacon of kindness in our community.
Island 2 unites in his mourning. And get this, Cass skips a leader meeting to honor him, and that meeting gets ambushed. Wood Daddy might have indirectly saved a life and the fate of the whole server. Number 16, 3 Below Zero, the bridge to peace. 3 Below Zero wasn't out here trying to fight anyone. He was just trying to build a bridge. He founded Luminara, this beautiful little science-forward nation, and picked the closest point to Island 1, dreaming of unity. Dude skipped the emergency war console just to keep building. Respect. But of course, visionaries don't always live long. Flux's crew took him out early, and honestly, it sucked. He didn't get the ending he deserved. His legacy lived on though, through the bridge. Number 15, Matsvi and I. Oppenheimer, the nuclear couple. Matsvi is Bobbyland's royal. I. Oppenheimer was a dude literally building nukes to destroy Bobbyland. So of course, they got married. Their wedding literally had a bomb standing behind them like a groomsman, and when that rocket lifted off in the final shot, right as Saps walked away from Flux's grave, that was peak cinema. The least expected players to see in the final scenes, but they made it so much better. Number 14, Jofiel, the queen who deserved better. I really liked Jofiel because she just got it. She wasn't trying to be the loudest, the strongest, or the most dramatic. She just wanted to build a nice medieval city and not get nuked. That's fair, right? And even when Island 2 was spiraling, she stayed calm, called the summit, pushed to send aid to Island 1. She was trying to change minds with kindness. But yeah, Flux didn't really vibe with that plan, so he had her assassinated. By her own second in command, no less. And that betrayal was the crack that shattered Island 2. Jofiel didn't get a heroic last stand. No final speech, just a quiet, tragic end for someone who really tried to save everyone. Number 13. A Freaking Turkey, the unexpected but welcomed rebrand. Okay, I gotta admit, I already loved Turkey from the last Ish video. The dude basically led a world revolution, but this time, whole different energy. In this run, he's the leader of the conquistadors, cheese merchants of all things, and somehow he makes it feel epic.
Para el queso!
Still got that charisma, but it's like Latino cowboy charisma. Number 12, Sightful, the fake news prophet. Man, Sightful was something else. He started off as the classic chaotic news guy, reporting the end of the world when it hadn't even started yet. But then came his magnum opus. He renamed the warden Rising Lava, and then he died to it, which meant everyone thought actual lava was rising and just lost their minds. I laughed so hard I had to pause the video. In a world where everyone's trying to be a hero or a villain, Sci-Fi just wanted to stir the pot and ended up making history. Number 11, Unused As, the Balladeer of Island 1.
Nearly killed by some dude.
Unused Seras gave this world its soundtrack. He joined Island 1's band, performed in times of war, and reminded us that even in chaos, beauty exists. Their songs go crazy. Even Spood, who's usually screaming about justice or revenge, goes full fanboy over their performances. Like, tell me this doesn't go way too hard for a Minecraft server. Number 10, Remy the Rat, the Poison Chef. At first, I thought it was just gonna be a humble baker, this cute little rat feeding Island 1 while everyone was starving. Then out of nowhere, he flips. He starts serving poisonous food, so his rival restaurant starts booming. And not long after, his rival gets assassinated. Coincidence? I think not. Remy doesn't say a word, he just squeaks, and somehow that makes him even more terrifying. After his rival's murder, Remy slaps a closed sign on his rival's old shop like some mafia. That's pretty cold. Then he wins a trial by combat in the Coliseum, walks free, and becomes a legend. I don't even know if I should like Remy, but I do. Number 9, Turntap, scary leader, true friend. Turntap led the Covenant, the super strict, secretive nation that was so feared they got netherite mining rights just for existing. But behind that tough exterior, he was the first one to actually listen to Saps. He believed him, sheltered him, saved him from pirates. That loyalty stuck with me. But at the same time, he went and wiped out the Lingolini Mafia, including Lingolini himself. Yeah, that dropped him down this list hard. Still, Turntap never wavered. He helped when it mattered, and in the end, he got betrayed by his own people. Number 8, Spider, the heroic sacrifice. You know, Spider didn't get much screen time, but what he did get was unforgettable. As Spood's right hand in West Helm, Spider straight up walked into enemy territory, knowing it could get him killed, to give West Helm the legal and emotional reason to go to war. And when that death message popped up, West Helm charged. People were screaming, "For Spider!" That whole moment gave me chills. Honestly, one of my favorite scenes in the whole video. Felt like a movie. A short appearance, but a lasting impact. Number 7, Seneca, the Volcano Queen. Seneca was the villain of the story. Not a schemer behind the scenes, no. She built a fortress inside an actual volcano. Straight up Bowser energy. And that volcano, it became the stage for the most epic finale in the entire event. The Battle of Infernus. She protected Flux under volcano walls when the whole world wanted his head. That takes serious guts. And when the world came knocking, she answered with war. But yeah, she did parade Lingolini's head around like a trophy and burn it. That's why she's not higher. But as a villain, she was unforgettable. Without Seneca, we wouldn't have had the Battle of Infernus. Number 6, Theron 5, the detective who shook the world. Theron 5 didn't start fights or speeches. He just dropped one video, Flux mining sand for Saf's roof, and suddenly everything changed. For the first time, the world started doubting the story they've been fed. Maybe Saps wasn't the villain, maybe Flux was. I like Theron 5 because he gave us that shift, that moment where the entire story turned. Sometimes truth is all it takes. Number 5, Call Me Cass, the logical leader. Cass didn't crack the case herself, but she was the spark. When that sand mining clip surfaced, she was the first leader to actually believe it. She called the meeting, rallied the alliance, and put together the plan to take down Fluxian. While everyone else was having beef and getting assassinated, Cass was just calmly being the best leader in the room. No drama, just logical direction. And honestly, the whole Justice arc wouldn't happen without her. Not the most entertaining leader, but a best leader. If she hadn't stepped in, Saps might have stayed the villain forever. Number 4, Fluxian, the puppet master. Fluxian. I think people are still sleeping on how good he was. Bro's always 5 moves ahead. He starts as Sap's close friend and second in command of Luminara. Kinda paranoid about Island 1, nobody listens. So what does he do?
Flux told Saps it might be a good idea for him to call an emergency meeting with all the leaders.
Yeah, we all know how that went.
But if you had to betray one person to save 1,000, would you?
Bro, this scene is crazy. It's like watching Oppenheimer. He kills 5 world leaders in one trap, then fools the whole world thinking it was Saps, flawlessly. Not to mention, he survives everything.
He's like stopping every few seconds.
Orders his own guy to attack him just so he can escape trial. Kills 5 people in a single trap again, then crawls out of lava like some unkillable demon. Like, what is this man made of? But then comes the Colosseum. Flux and Saps. 1v1. It's kinda crazy to think this was not scripted. The world that once hated Saps, now cheering him on, and when Flux finally dies, it's Saps, the guy he betrayed, who's the only one to mourn him. The arc comes full circle. To me, he's the best villain Ish ever had, hands down. Dude, low-key, if he hadn't said, "This is an outrage" all the time, I would have given him like number 1 in this list. Nah, I'm just kidding, but I really like Flux, but I like number 3, 2, 1 even more. Such a shame he's number 4 here, honestly. Anyways, now we've approached my top 3 favorite players from the new season. Number 3, Spood. Glory to Westham, like how could you not like this guy? Spood is hilarious to me. He walks into the story acting like a classic dictator, sending hit squads, making dramatic speeches, and somehow ends up leading the good guy. Westham was his kingdom, built from scratch, run with grit, and held together by sheer charisma. His camera presence was unmatched, especially that final battle speech. Oh, goosebumps.
Today, we infiltrate the volcano for Spider and for Owo. And I just want to say, if I die today, I love you all. Glory to West Ham!
Actually, there are 2 final battle speeches, and I like the second one even better.
They have the height advantage and netherite armor, but we have numbers. So let's stick together, and let's win this thing! Come on!
Alright, here we go!
And Ish's production made it even better. But what really sold me was this moment.
Alright. Get out. Now.
Turning down a lifetime deal to protect a man who he believes is innocent. It was one of the most heroic lines in the whole video. Spood wasn't trying to be a hero, but that's exactly what made him one. Loyal to Saps, brave in war, just enough unhinged to make you doubt him until the very end. Number 2, Lingolini, the Mario. Let's be honest, Lingolini shouldn't have been this iconic. This man stayed in a Mario voice for 4 straight days. 4 days! Getting hunted, negotiating, dying, all in perfect character.
You may fire at will, Mario.
Even when he's inches from death, he doesn't break. Even when he's getting ambushed or burning in lava, bro's still roleplaying Mario like his life depends on it. But here's the thing, under all that comedy, Lingolini was kind of a hero. He shared his minds with other nations instead of gatekeeping. He roasted tyrants to their face.
While your queen is over there with the diamond boots, some people don't even have any armor.
And when he died,
Mamma mia!
the final Mamma Mia wasn't just funny, it hit hard. Because by then, we loved him. He started as comic relief, and he left as a legend. Boss of the Lingolini Mafia, protector of the volcano, and the last thing he gave us was a laugh, and a little heartbreak. Now speaking of Lingolini, my number 1 favorite-ish character of all time is Vitamin. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's actually number 1, Saparetta. Yes, let's go.
I'm accidentally gonna cause a war.
There's no one else this spot could go to, not even close. And it all started with a guy who just wanted to build a vacation home. And somehow, he ends up dragged into one of the most insane, emotionally charged stories Minecraft has ever produced. He gets framed for murder of 5 leaders by his best friend, public enemy number 1. He survives a sham trial, escapes execution by the skin of his teeth, crosses a bridge in construction while literally being the most wanted man alive. And boy does he not die. Like he should have died so many times. But the craziest part is that it never felt cheap. It felt right because this was Sap's story. And somehow we all knew it. He goes into hiding alone. At this point he nearly gives up, but then he doesn't. He claws his way back, one ally at a time. And then somehow, this guy, this chill builder who didn't want to get involved in anything, becomes the emotional heart of the entire event. The whole world, Island 2 especially, painted him as a villain. And by the end, everybody was rooting for him. The final 1v1 in the Colosseum. I've never seen a Minecraft video hit like that. The whole world once painted him as a villain. And now they're chanting his name. It felt too good to be true. Anime level plot armor. Absolute cinema. That's why he's number 1. Not just because he's the main character, but because, despite everything, he created a beautiful story by not giving up. And that's it. 20 players, 20 stories. These were the players that made a Minecraft event feel like a true Minecraft movie. They wrote a story that felt more alive, more emotional than anything I thought you could get from a sandbox game. Ish's Civilization event was a reminder of how beautiful and absolutely ridiculous people can be when you give them the freedom to choose. So to Ish and every player who was part of this event, whether named or unnamed, thank you so much. You made something that'll stick with us for a long time. I tried to include as much as possible, but did I miss someone? Who would you put in number 1? Let me know in the comments. If you love this ranking, hit like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Hopefully with another masterpiece from Ish.